The next type of question is finding out the sum of odd numbers from 1 to n. Here n is the limit or the ending value. For example, sum of odd numbers from 1 to 5 is 1 plus 3 plus 5, that's equal to 9. Here 5 is not the number of numbers, it is the limit value or the ending number. So how to write its algorithm? What will be the input here? The input is the limit value itself. That means the ending value or the value of n itself. So if we know the value of n, we can easily find out the sum of odd numbers from 1 to n. Now let's look at the algorithm. The step 1 is start. We are starting the algorithm with the instruction start. Step 2, let a equal to 1 and sum equal to 0. What is this a? It's a variable a. We are setting the initial value of the series 1 to the variable a, assigning a with the value 1 because the odd number starts with 1. We have to add this value and the next values that come in a to the variable sum. Then sum is set as 0. Next, accepting the input n. That means the limit value. Next is a condition. This condition controls the execution of step 5 to step 8. Okay. So checks the condition like a greater than n. That means whether the value of a exceeds the limit value n. If it is greater than n, then go to step 7. What was step 7? Printing the value of sum, and then step 8 is stop. So if this condition becomes true, step 7 and step 8 will be executed. But if this condition is false, that means if a is less than or equal to n, then the control comes to step 5. This should be performed, that is sum equal to sum plus a. What is the first value of sum? 0. First value of a is 1. So 0 plus 1, they are added together and the result sum gets the value 1. 0 plus 1, 1. Then step 6 is performed, a equal to a plus 2. What is this? Incrementing the value of a by 2. That is finding out the next odd number in the series. First number was 1. The next number in the series is 3. So 1 plus 2, 3. So the new value of a is 3. Then saying go to step 4. What is step 4? It's a condition again. Checking whether it exceeds the limit or not. That means if 3 greater than n. If 3 greater than n value, then go to step 7. If it is not, then continue the step 5 and 6 again. Okay. So here we finds out the sum using this repeated execution. Whenever this condition becomes false, the value of a and the current value of sum are added together and the result is stored back to the sum variable. Then a increments by 2. Then going to step 4. Again condition is checked. If it is false, then comes to step 5. Then step 6 again goes to step 4. When this condition becomes true, that means when a becomes greater than n, then only the control goes to step 7. Then goes to the stop instruction. Okay. So this condition controls the execution of statements from step 5 to 8. For example, let's assume that this n equal to 5. User gave the value of n as 5. Then what should happen here? If a greater than n, that is 1 greater than 5, that is false, then it comes to step 5. Sum equal to sum plus a. 0 plus 1. 1 is stored to the variable sum. Then a equal to a plus 2. A becomes 3. Then going to step 4. If a greater than n, that means 3 greater than 5. It's false. Again comes to sum. Sum equal to sum plus a. That means what was the previous value of sum? It was 1. 1 is used here. 1 plus what is the value of a? Current value 3. 1 plus 3 4. 4 is saved to sum. Again a is incremented by 2. A becomes 5. Then going to step 4 again. 5 greater than 5. It's false. So what happens? It comes to the step 5 again. Sum equal to, what was the previous value of sum variable? It was 4. 4 plus current value of a is 5. 4 plus 5 9. 9 is stored to the variable sum. Again a is incremented by 2. A becomes 7. Then going to step 4. 7 greater than 5. Yes, it is true now. Then go to step 7. What is step 7? Print sum. What is the value in the variable sum? It is 9. So here the value 9 will be printed, then stops the algorithm. So by this time we got the output as 9, which is the sum of odd numbers from 1 to 5, because we gave the user gave the value of n as 5. We got the sum as 9. Now let's see how to draw its flow chart. The start instruction is always written in an oval shape. Then let a equal to 1, sum equal to 0. This is also an assignment statement or process statement. We can use a rectangle for this. Input n, parallelogram. If a greater than n, it's a condition, so it should be written within a decision box or diamond symbol. Sum equal to sum plus a, processing statement, so it should be written in a rectangle. It is also called statement box. Then a equal to a plus 2, again it's a calculation or processing, so it is also written in a rectangle. Go to statements are drawn using arrows. Then printing statement, it should use a parallelogram. Stop instruction must use a oval shape. Let's look at this flow chart to find out the sum of odd numbers from 1 to n. As we specified in the algorithm, the first step is start. It is given in an oval shape. Then processing, two processing statements are there. Assignment a equal to 1 and sum equal to 0. They are given in the rectangle. Then input n, parallelogram is used. Then next is the condition. That condition is given in the decision box or diamond symbol. If this condition is true, then what should it do? The control must go to the print statement. Print sum, then stop. Otherwise, if this condition is false, sum equal to sum plus a is calculated. Then a is equal to a plus 2 is calculated. That means a is incremented. Then go to step 4 is shown like this using these arrows. That means with the new value of a, it comes for the condition testing again. Only if the condition is false, then it continues. When the condition becomes true, it goes to the print sum and then goes to the stop instruction. And see, here is no connection between these two arrows. True, if the condition is true, it only goes to the print sum. If a equal to a plus 2 is calculated, then it goes to the condition itself. Okay, the arrow should touch the previous arrow, that is before the decision symbol. And there is another algorithm and flowchart for finding out the sum of odd numbers in a particular range. That means it will not start from 1, it may be a range. For example, sum of odd numbers from 50 to 70, then there is an initial value and a final value or the limit value. So in such case, how to write the algorithm and draw flowchart, that we will study in the next class. So this is the algorithm and flowchart for some of the odd numbers from 1 to n.